Hello and welcome to Blind Gamer Chick. My name is Ellie and this is my first ever YouTube video. I've made YouTube videos on other channels like for weight loss and that kind of stuff, but I'm finally making one for gaming, which has been a big passion of mine for a long time. And I'm going to start off my YouTube channel with a gamer tag. Not a gamer tag like Xbox, but like an actual video game tag with questions for YouTube. Yeah. So let's just get started. Question number 1. What is my all-time favorite video game? Oh my goodness, this is really hard. I feel like if I really had to pick, it would be between Final Fantasy X, Kingdom Hearts 2. But other than that, I do enjoy like Left 4 Dead is a lot of fun. I do like to play that. And I'm like Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Oh my god, I've spent so much time on this game in my life. But yeah, all-time favorite, it's going to be a Final Fantasy game. Or Kingdom Hearts. I'm sorry. That's who I am. Question number 2. My current favorite video game. Journey. If you guys haven't played this game, you need to give it a try. It's a lot of fun. Like, oh my god. I spend hours playing this game and it's just so fun. And yeah, I'd say that this one's definitely my current favorite. Question number 3. My favorite genre. I think my favorite genre would have to be RPG. Is that a genre? That's what you mean? RPG, fantasy, sci-fi, historical games like Assassin's Creed, they're pretty fun. But anything with a good plot, like any Final Fantasy game. Any Final Fantasy... No, I take that back. Most Final Fantasy games. Yeah. Because I don't like 12. Or 13. Or 9. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. I just don't like 9, okay? Leave me alone. Question number 4. How long have I been playing video games? I've been playing video games probably since I was around 4 or 5. Oh my gosh, math. Pretty much like 17 years. Yeah. A long time. Question number 5. First game ever. The first game that I ever played was on my sister's Super Nintendo. It was either Donkey Kong, Ken Griffey Jr. baseball game, Turtles in Time, Super Mario. Question number 6. The game I've played the most hours on. Whew. Okay, that's going to be a toss-up. I've played a shit ton of hours on this game, Final Fantasy X, like a lot of hours. But I've also played World of Warcraft in the past. So if you've played World of Warcraft, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's a toss-up between Final Fantasy X and World of Warcraft. One of those. Question number 7. My longest gaming session. I remember this specifically because my mom yelled at me. I went to bed at 6 in the morning, woke up at 6 in the evening. Right when I woke up, I started playing Final Fantasy X, and I didn't go to bed again until 6 in the morning. So 12 hours. Question number 8. My favorite game developer. Square Enix. I love Final Fantasy games. Oh my gosh, they're just so awesome. Everything they put out I really enjoy. There's a few that I don't, but most of them I really do. Question number 9. My favorite hero character from a game. I really like Yuna from Final Fantasy X. I also really like Squall in Final Fantasy VIII. I think he's a great character as well. Question number 10. My favorite villain. Okay, since I'm a Final Fantasy fan, and I guarantee you that all of you are thinking I'm going to say Sephiroth. You think I'm going to say that, don't you? But I'm not. My favorite villain in a video game would have to be Seymour in Final Fantasy X, because he's like that perfect balance of like creepy psycho guy. Like, you really, when you first meet him, or at least when I first met him, I didn't think he was going to be that bad of a guy. But then his story develops and you get to learn more about him, and he's just like, oh my gosh, he's like psychologically warped. Oh my gosh, you know what? I take this back. I really like Seymour, and I really like Ultimacia from Final Fantasy VIII, but of all time, my favorite villain, this guy right here. I don't know if you can kind of see him. That's Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. That guy's cuckoo, okay? And I really like him. I love villains and characters that have really weird psychological disorders, mental problems. I just really find that fascinating, and I think that makes the best villains, because they're so demented, you know? Question number 11. I don't have enough fingers anymore, so 11. Most hated character in a video game. I remember saying to people all the time, like, oh my god, that character is so fucking annoying. But I guess they're so annoying that I forget about them. Okay, actually here. A character that I hate. I hate Vaughn from Final Fantasy XII. I think he's annoying as hell. I don't... It's not working out. Me and him don't go good together. No. Question number 12. What systems do I own? Are you ready? I own a Nintendo, a Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, PS3, Xbox, Nintendo DS, PSP, Game Boy SP, GameCube, I think that's all. And a computer. Question number 13. My first gaming console. My first one was my N64. I remember going to EB Toys in the mall with my mom and my dad, and I remember getting it, and we bought Super Mario for it. Super Mario 64. That was my first ever gaming system and my first ever game. Question number 14. My favorite system and why? I love my PS3. I love it. I've had my PS3 for 6 years. It's about ready to die, but I still love it. Don't get me wrong. I do play my Xbox. I play a lot of like Left 4 Dead and Mass Effect and games like that I play on Xbox. Question number 15. Do I prefer to play a guy or a girl character if given the choice? If given the choice, I usually do play a girl character. Like when I play World of Warcraft, I almost always make girl characters. But there are some that I'll, you know, every once in a while I'll make a guy character, and I think it's fun. But I just like female characters. I'm a girl. It's just like, I guess it's weird because like guys usually like to play girl characters because they're like, oh, well, if I'm going to sit around and watch a character run around all day, I want to watch a chick. Question number 16. Do I use walkthroughs or do I just play it through on my own? When I was younger and I would play video games, at first I'd play it on my own, but then I found walkthroughs and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. And so I used walkthroughs all the time when I was younger. I wanted to get everything, complete everything 100%, and I loved walkthroughs. But nowadays, I don't use them hardly ever. I usually play a game through once, and then if I want to go back and play it again, then I'll use a walkthrough to make sure I get everything. But yeah, generally I don't use walkthroughs. Question number 17. Have I ever been to a gaming convention? Yeah. Yeah, a few. I go to anime and gaming conventions a lot. The first one I ever went to was the only one here in West Virginia. It's called SubasaCon. I went there when I was in high school. I've been there quite a few years. I haven't went the past few just because timing and none of my friends were able to go or something, you know, excuses. Because it's about an hour away, but my sister lives where it's at, so I might stay with her this year and go to it. And I've also been to Anime Midwest in Chicago. I went there this year. And I've also went to Fandom Fest in Louisville, Kentucky. I went this year. So really I haven't been to that many, but it's definitely like starting this year. Like this year is my travel and convention year. I've went to 2 already. 2 in the last month. So yeah. I love gaming conventions. Question number 18. What game am I most looking forward to coming out? I am really fucking looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix. It's coming out in September. I've already pre-ordered it. I love Kingdom Hearts. I can't wait to play it. It's got stuff in it that is just awesome. I'm just really excited for Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix. I'm so excited. I'm also excited for Final Fantasy X and X2 Remaster. I cannot wait for that to come out. Let me tell you. I can't wait. Question number 19. My best gaming moment. I remember this very clearly. It was, I was younger. I don't remember how old. I was in middle school. And I was playing Final Fantasy X. And I had been playing it for a while. And I kept, you know, everywhere you go for Final Fantasy X, you see this scene of them like kissing in the water, and it's all beautiful and everything, and I was waiting and waiting and waiting for that part, and I was staying up really late at my dad's house, and I was playing it. My friend was sleeping over, but she was already asleep, and it was like 6 in the morning, and I finally got to that part, and I was so happy, and that was definitely like my best gaming moment. I really loved that. And when I beat Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 2. Question number 20. My worst gaming experience. I think my worst gaming experience overall would have to be when I was playing Final Fantasy X again. And I was saving my game. Oh no, this is what happened. I was playing my boyfriend at the time's game. And I went to save it. And when I saved his Final Fantasy X game, I saved it over mine. And mine, I was working so hard on it, and I was very upset. I mean, his game was better than mine, so I was like kind of happy, but it was my game. And I was working on it really hard. And long. I had played it so long. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that got erased. It was very sad. Okay, well, thanks for watching my video. I hope you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be making videos quite frequently because I'm bored as fuck and I have nothing better to do.